It was Thursday of the Passion Week when this tender scene takes place. John writes about it in his gospel. He writes, "It was just before the Passover feast. Jesus knew that the time had come for him to leave this world and to go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he now showed them the full extent of his love. The evening meal was being served, and the devil had already prompted Judas Iscariot, son of Simon, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his feet, that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him." On Thursday of the Passion Week, the day before Jesus would be betrayed, he was with his disciples in the upper room, and he washed their feet. But don't miss the context of this. Jesus washed their feet, fully aware that his betrayer was in the room, fully aware that he would be washing the feet of Judas, fully aware of all the events that were to come to pass the next day, fully aware that he would endure a sleepless night, fully aware of everything. Jesus was fully aware that he was soon to be going out of this world, and now his disciples had to learn how to live the Jesus life in a broken world. They had to learn how not to lose their joy in the midst of the deepest betrayal. They had to learn to keep on loving in a world full of hate. They had to learn how to deny themselves and how to take up the cross and obey the Father. Those are the same lessons that we need to learn, aren't they? How do we live in a world where the devil is active, and if we really follow Jesus, the world is going to hate us? How do we live the Jesus life when things are hard and every emotion in our body screams self-protection and self-preservation? What do we do when the cross that we are to bear is too heavy for us to lift? Jesus says, "I can relate. Let me show you." And isn't that the greatest thing about God? He really can relate. He doesn't just tell us, he shows us. And now he invites us to show others.